I had a great day with Dr. Popovich. I want to thank him for going on the bike patrol. We had a good time out there. We patrolled the garages. And again, I want to thank him for taking time out of his busy schedule to come down here and walk in my shoes for a day.
Let me ask you a little bit about what you do. And
Okay.
so now, I heard that you don't like to be called a guard,
Yeah.
which I
Well,
understand that, and which I understand perfectly well because
Okay.
I consider you a security officer.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's an easy connotation to use the word guard. It's just like being a doctor or a nurse. It's a profession to me
Right.
and everybody in my department.
Hospitals are reflective of the community, and so issues within the community obviously spill over into the hospital, and then plus hospitals are high emotional
Right.
areas, and you've mentioned that, especially in areas like the emergency department,
Right.
intensive care. I mean, these are high emotionally charged situations that many people have difficulties in meeting, and you're obviously at the front of that.
Yeah, like we're brought in to sometimes calm the storm, and you know what? Sometimes the uniform presence alone does that.
Right.
Other times it escalates it.
Give me an idea of what your average day looks like.
Yeah, when I was thinking about the average day, I thought, really, we don't have one, okay? Which is a good thing.
Right.
I think that's what most people like about this job. No 2 days are the same. If it was an average day, we start off at roll call, and then after that, we have it's a 2-hour rotation, so it kind of keeps you fresh. We have one at the main entrance of the hospital. We have 3 in the ER, and then either we have bike patrol or a car, and then we have a car out in the street as well. There's always something going on. Like I said, that makes every day just kind of interesting and different.
How much of the area do you patrol beyond just the confines of the hospital?
Our police powers are basically on Henry Ford premises, but at this time, we're buying the lands across the
Right.
street, so we have to respond there. We do, if they do need backup at one Ford or the new center, we do go out there and Chaz Clinic. The parking has been kind of a challenge. We have to take one of our patrol cars and one of our people out of our lineup every day to watch the cars on the street.
What's the best part of your job? What really creates the greatest amount of enjoyment that you have in your position?
I've always been a people person, and I got into law enforcement to help people. That was what I've always liked to do.
I'll tell you one thing that happened recently is that I had a blowout on the turnaround by 94 in the lodge, and a very rainy night. We were coming from an event over downtown. My wife and I were dressed up at that time, and fortunately looked up and saw the big oasis here, Henry Ford, and then came into the west entrance. Security came very quickly, assisted me with the car that time, which was tremendous. That time, didn't know who I was.
I was just going to say, and we do that. That is one thing I didn't touch on. We do a lot of stuff outside the scope you wouldn't think,
Yeah.
and we've done that for other employees, and they do look upon your help, and we have no problem doing that.
Yeah, it's just been great though. I think that I'm just so proud of all of you. I mean, and we all just feel great about being able to do the things the rest of us do on the rest of the team because we know that you're with us. I want to thank John Snitgen as well as his partner Neil Stevens for taking the security officer tour on bicycle around the campus of Henry Ford. I did want to emphasize one point that came out in the interview with John. It shows you the type of people that we have working here on campus and the type of individuals who gravitate to healthcare facilities such as Henry Ford Hospital to work, regardless of what the discipline is. We heard this in a prior blog piece on Richard Ford, one of our electricians. And when asked about what the best part of the day is, it's in serving other people and really interacting with others. It's a great tribute to have people such as this as part of our team, and I think you got a piece of what John's day is like, what really makes him happy in doing the things that he does, as well as what an essential component our security team is in keeping all of us safe and allowing us to do the jobs that we need to all do. So thank you, John, and thank you, Neil, and thank you to our security officers at Henry Ford Hospital.